on the phone, we've got Candace Cameron-Bure. Am I saying the Bure part right?
You totally are.
Is it okay? Good. I wanted to make sure that I was saying that correctly. You have a new movie. A lot of people have been, wondering probably what Candace is up to. You've got a new movie on GMC TV called Finding Normal. Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Yeah, I would love to. I play Dr. Lisa Leland, and she's this brilliant surgeon, but she doesn't have much of a bedside manner, and she is driving across country from L.A. to the Hamptons to meet up with her boyfriend. And on the way, she gets stopped in this little town called Normal for a speeding ticket, but she has a whole lot of other tickets she hasn't paid for, so she has to serve 3 days of community service there to pay off her fine. And, she's like a big city girl, and she's in this little tiny town, and she has, there's no Wi-Fi and no credit cards and no lattes, and so she gets this reality check and a different perspective on life.
Ah, interesting. So, kind of going from the big city doctor type lady to kind of realizing there's more to the world than what she's used to. The slow pace gives her a different perspective, and she had her whole life mapped out for herself. But when she meets these people and just sees the lifestyle that they live, which is much different than hers, she realizes or starts to think that maybe, the life she had mapped out for herself isn't the life she's supposed to be living. Interesting. The show, by the way, for anybody that's like, that sounds awesome, is on GMC TV, which is Optimum Channel 182 here in Billings, premiering this Saturday. What else is going on, Candace? Are you just being mom and then occasionally taking a job here and there, or what's life like for you now?
Well, all of the above. Life is pretty busy because having 3 kids is never slow. My kids are 15, 13, and 11 years old, and so that's just a whole job in itself. But I have just did Finding Normal, and I recently just a few weeks ago finished another movie that will be out in December. And I just turned in my second manuscript as well, so I have my second book being released in January called Balancing It All. So my plate's been full.
Well, there you go. Yeah, writing and film, all of it. What about what's the next manuscript about? Balancing It All, I'm assuming about how you do it, how you live your life. Am I right? Did I guess the book?
You're totally right. It's really my story on priorities and purpose, and how I've managed to balance work and being a mom and a wife and faith, and just using examples from my own story to just share with others to help them find the balance in their life.
What should the top 3 be? Well, you've got a lot going on in life. What should your top 3 priorities be in order?
Oh, in order. Well, for me, might be different for other people, but for me, my first priority is God. And then it's my family, my husband and my children. And then it's all the other stuff.
So it's one
but that includes a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, and then everything else falling in there.
Yeah.
Very nice. How is it? I want to know. I was just thinking about this when you mentioned faith. I mean, obviously you have a strong faith, as that's number 1 in your life. Your brother Kirk Cameron also has a strong faith. Why is it that Kirk always gets in trouble for his faith? Not necessarily in trouble, but he's always in the news and getting blasted. And is he just more vocal about it than you are? Or, I mean, how did he become like the token Christian Cameron when you're all kind of on that same page?
We are, but we're kind of a little bit in different arenas. So, I'm an actress. So I love acting, and I'm a Christian, but I'm not necessarily doing everything that's Christian in the film industry.
I see what you're saying.
But it's who I am. Whereas my brother is very much in ministry as his work. He's not an actor. I would call him probably more of an evangelist that wants to work within the church and the community. I think that's why he gets a worse rap than I do. But he also puts himself in those positions for the things that he's promoting too. Like, certain talk shows, you're
you're going to get heated questions.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to go on to a liberal news station and have them just commend you and applaud you for your views, obviously. So
Exactly.
that's a very good explanation. I just thought about that, and that totally makes sense. That you're a Christian who acts, and he's more of the acting and stuff he does comes as a result of his faith and the projects that propel it forward. Very nice. Are you loving family life? I mean, are you glad that you got married, that you settled down, the kids are growing up? Is that just dream come true?
I can't stand it. It's terrible.
The worst thing I've ever done.
Absolutely. My husband and I are celebrating 17 years of marriage next month.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I mean, I think that's a pretty big deal.
It is.
My parents have been married over 40 years, and my grandparents were both married over 65 years.
Wow.
So I have great influence that way in my life. But, you put a Hollywood person and a hockey player, a professional athlete together, and you're like, I'm going 17 years. That's pretty great.
Yeah, that's amazing. What do you think? I mean, I'm sure there's I know there's, tons of married people listening or people thinking about getting married. Do you have any tips or, is there anything that you could say like, hey, here's what really worked well for us or what really made the difference for us? I mean, 17 years is impressive.
It is. Well, my advice probably wouldn't be anything that people haven't heard before. Marriage is a roller coaster, and you have really great seasons and you have difficult seasons. So it's really about sticking through the difficult seasons and just not giving up.
Don't give up.
They come back around. You'll go back on the upswing.
There you
sooner
go.
Or later.
It's very, very true. Words of wisdom from Candace Cameron-Bure. Very, very nice. Check her out on Finding Normal on GMC TV at 5 o'clock this Saturday. Look for Finding Normal, and also look for her new book coming out here in the next few months. We'll keep our eyes open for anything that says Candace Cameron-Bure on the front of it for you, Candace.
Yes, please do.
Thank you so much for calling. Congratulations on the anniversary, and good luck with the family and everything in the future. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.